All right, y'all, we got another video for y'all today. It is a reaction to how differently people treat you when you get jacked by Saucy Swole. Okay, all right, Saucy Swole. Let's see what you're talking about, bro. Let's get into the video, y'all.
What's good? It's your boy Saucy Swole putting you on the sauce. As you can see, I'm at the gym. Before I hit my gym session, I was thinking about a topic, and that topic is how differently people treat you once you start building muscle. So in this video, I want to talk about the negatives and the positives when you start building muscle, how differently people treat you. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now, before I started my lifting journey, I was a skinny kid. I'm talking bone skinny. And it's funny how differently people treat me now than they did back then. Even random people just treat me completely different than if I were to be a skinny kid like I was back then. Now, in this video, I'm gonna go over the positives and the negatives. There are more positives, but just to get the negatives out the way, I'll start by saying this: jealousy and envy. So most of the jealousy is probably gonna come from other guys or girls if you're a
Facts,
girl in the
nigga.
gym. So
Facts.
people who've seen you start off, whether you were fat or skinny, and they see the progress that you make, sometimes not everybody's gonna be happy for you. When you make that progress, when you start getting big, start getting fit,
And I do say facts with a passion, but it's not a big majority. It's not like it's 50-50. Yeah, one side of them, they fuck with you, other side, they don't. It is what it is.
you're gonna have people who think, oh, he probably think he better than us now. Or, oh, she probably thinks she better than us. When all they had to do was put in the work, but they chose not to put in the work. You chose to put in the work, but yet they're hating on you because you decided to improve yourself. And it could be envy in a way too, because they see they're not doing anything with themselves, but they see you making progress, makes them envious, it makes them hate on you. And I guess another negative would be, it's not really a negative, but it can be, depending on how you look at, is the jokes that you're probably gonna get. When you go out with your friends or you out with the family. Oh, what is he gonna eat again? Chicken and rice? Oh, bro, you ain't get enough protein? Or if you on the job, they say, oh, this is your workout for the day. If you know you work somewhere where it's manual labor, like a warehouse or something, you'll be, oh, this is your workout for the day. Like, you know how many times I've heard that? But that's not really that bad. You know, you can always like laugh it off, brush it off. But also too, another
Yeah, you could. Yeah, but after a while, it gets repetitive. It gets annoying. It turns into a pet peeve after a while.
negative is that you may lose some friends. People may get jealous to the point where they just hate on you so much, to the point where you say, hey, it's not even good for us to be friends anymore. Or they may distance themselves from you because they don't like to see you make progress. I've lost a couple of friends because I've made progress and they chose to stay the same. And they ended up becoming haters. We were cool, and they ended up becoming haters. So you just gotta watch out for that when you start self-improving, when you start getting more fit, when you start getting bigger. I'll say probably another negative is that once you start lifting, once you start getting in the gym deep, you'll probably develop some type of body dysmorphia. It may not be severe, but once you get in the gym and you start getting fit, if you're like me, you'll never be satisfied. And you just gotta realize that you are making progress. Even if it's just newbie gains, you're way farther than the average man. You know, us, our social media is just filled with people who are jacked, like roided to the bone. But in real life, Not many people work out like me and you do. Not many people are in the gym like us. So let's say you go to Walmart. Let's say you go just out randomly to a store. You're going to see people, most people are overweight, most people are underweight. Most people don't even lift at all. So you'll be looking like a Greek god, pretty much. Not to say like we're gods. I don't want to sound like arrogant or cocky, but you're going to look like a Greek god statue. You're going to look like a statue. You're going to look like a bodybuilder compared to the average man. But compared to our social feed, we thinking we're looking small. But to the average man, we look jacked to the average man. Even if you're making newbie gains, people notice that. People see that. Let's go ahead and get to some of the positives. Positives, when you start getting bigger in the gym, is that people notice you. And I feel like ever since I started adding muscle to my frame, you get more respect from men and women. Women look at you differently and men look at you differently. Because here's one thing, when you lift, when you add muscle, you can't artificially put on muscle. You gotta work for that muscle. So if you got a good frame of muscle,
I wanted to talk about the other topic too, but he spit facts right here, and this is really a key point that it. Matter of fact, keep going.
it shows that you have enough discipline to work for that. And men, mostly, most men will see you and respect the fact that you got that muscle. And to be honest, most people don't work out. So when you're out and about, you're gonna get stares. You're gonna get people looking at you. You'll have, like, let's be real. You may not have started in the gym for girls. You may have started because you were depressed or you were unhealthy. But it never hurts to look good for the opposite, gender. And I say this because girls,
They say that about 70 to 80% of men don't get laid, but yet over 50% of men are out of. Come on now.
girls treat you different, bro. Or if you're a girl, guys will treat you different. But since I'm a guy, mostly guys watching my content, I'll go ahead and talk about the guys side. Girls will definitely treat you differently, bro. Say you go into the club, bro, and you got a shirt that's tight fitting. You gonna get more stares than the person that, is unfit. Really, if you're getting big in the gym, it doesn't really matter what you wear, but if it's like tight fitting and it, accentuates the muscle, you're gonna get more looks every time than the guy who's fat or severely underweight that's got on Gucci, you know, got on all this jewelry. You're gonna get more stares, bro, because it's just in their nature to notice a guy who's more fit. When you are more fit, it just makes you look more masculine, brother. So when you're out and about, I've had people come up to me. I've had people come up to me, ask me for advice just by the muscle that I put on. I've had people come up to me and give me compliments. Oh, you looking big, bro. And you got people in public just staring at you because you got muscle on your frame. And to be honest, more girls, they'll come up to you, they'll hit you up in the DMs, especially if they known you from when you were fat or from when you were skinny, and they see you now. They'll say, "Oh, what's up? How you doing?" But nah, now you want to hit me up. They want to see how you doing, want to catch up with you, want to chat it up with you, but they didn't want to give you the time of day back then. Now, I forgot to add some things, so I'm gonna go ahead and use.
Yeah, when it comes to that female shit, I really don't be caring too much. I don't be on that. Oh, she ain't wanna fuck me back then, so I ain't. Too much pressure. I'm really worried about that shit. But that's a fact though. That does happen a lot in society. You know what I'm saying? That's why they made songs about it. So I mean, that's a fact. I'm trying to think the last thing he said. Keep going. Nope. Keep going.
Use this clip to go ahead and add it, all right? I'm gonna tell you a quick story, bro. When I was like maybe young in high school, maybe like a freshman, so me and my homie that I was cool with, I would go over his
Your bro is
crib
jacked though. Goddamn.
and we knew these other two girls. And back then in high school, like freshman year, I was skinny like a stick, bro. And like he knew that I kind of liked her. My homie, he knew I kind of liked her. So he was trying to put me on game. So I remember one time we was all together and she was talking and then me and my homie were there and then she was mentioning something about another guy, like he was working out, he's trying to get big. He said, you know, but my boy right here, he's working out too, he's trying to get in the gym, he's trying to get big. And then she looked at me and she said, like, she tried to belittle me, bro. She was like,
Damn. Did she try? Nah, that okay. When it comes to that, that happened to me a whole lot. I just ain't give a fuck. Then go to the next one. But yeah, that's facts. When I was really skinny and when I was chubby. But oh, what was it? The fact that bro tried to put you on, that's a real one right there. He tried to, hit you with the 2 man shit. She just wasn't going. It's all good. Shit.
she said, oh, well, the guy I'm talking to, he's way bigger. He's like, you're small. Like, she basically just said that to my face. I said, all right. Like, she was trying to make jokes, trying to be funny with it. I said, all right. Years later, when I'm posting on TikTok, posting on Instagram, and posting my physique, how I'm getting bigger, now she want to hit me up and say, oh, you got big, you look good. I believe in you, keep going. Now you believe in me? Because I'm putting in the work and the
Now you
results are
believe,
starting to
right?
show. It's funny how that works. And I've had another girl who I used to talk to, but she, basically ghosted me to be with another guy. And then years later, I'm posting on TikTok, posting on Instagram, my physique, I'm getting bigger. She want to hit me up and talk about, oh, I always knew you would blow up. I believed in you from the start.
Yeah, we get the point now, right? So, like, look, that's funny as hell. But that's my boy, Saucy Swole. Y'all can go ahead and subscribe to him. How differently people treat you when you get jacked. I mean, I guess we could say from people that seen you when you was skinny to getting jacked, yeah, you will get treated differently. And then, of course, when you just walk around in life itself, and you get treated differently from people that haven't seen you when you was at your lower form, your lower self, right? So, uh, this the hell is that noise? Is that me? But yeah, that's the end of the video. Go ahead and dip up out of here.